Well, I'm Chris, and this is my TJ Jeep Wrangler fuel pump installation video. So since I got the Jeep, the gas gauge has never worked on it, so we're going to go ahead and drop the tank. We're going to replace the little sending unit and the fuel pump. Since it has 130,000 miles on it, it's wise to go ahead and change that fuel pump if it hasn't went out already. So I have a jack under the main axle. We're going to go ahead and pull both wheels off. See how the jack is tilted, because we need to get a transmission jack because that tank is full of gas. Now this Jeep has a 2-inch body lift, so we can pretty much already see everything going on in there. It's going to make it so much easier. So the gas tank's full of gas, so the ideal way to do this is with the transmission jack. I think they sell those at Harbor Freight, and those things come in handy. So the gas tank is plastic, and it's up there, and it's protected by this metal piece. Okay, so then all you do is you unbolt that metal piece. I think it has 4 screws on this side, it has 3 on the other side. So we're going to unbolt it, and we're going to drop the tank down just about 1 inch or 2. Okay, so you got to be careful when you're taking these bolts off. You need some PB Blaster or WD-40, and if they don't want to come off easy, you're going to have to get a wire brush and clean them. Let's hope we don't have to do that. The gas tank is secured by the jack. We can go ahead and remove all the bolts. Alright, so it only took me about 3 minutes to take those 7 off. I did have to use a long extension. Now, the jack is supporting the tank. It's dropped down about 1/4 inch, so now we need to relieve the fuel pressure. There's different ways to do it. Sometimes they'll have a little valve you can use right here. This one doesn't have it. Alright, so then just take the fuel pump relay out. So it doesn't start because it has no fuel pressure, so now we can work on the tank. But I still like to disconnect the negative side of the battery just to be safe. So then we have to loosen the filler neck. So if you're doing one, take that piece off too so you can look down in there. Now we slowly drop the tank about 2 inches. So whenever you're doing your tank, do not drop it more than 2 inches at first, because you're going to start breaking these lines. Now you may have to take these plastic fenders off. My Jeep has a 2-inch body lift. All these might be a little bit different. This is a 2004 Wrangler Rubicon. And on the passenger side, you're going to have the return. So you don't want to drop it down too far, because you could break this line right here and then you're screwed. The button on the top you push, so you want to push it in and then try to push the button down. And it slides right out. So see how you push it down, those 2 little plastic things get out of the way. If it doesn't push down, it's brittle and hard, and it's not going to do anything. You're going to end up having to break the clip out to get it off. That's the only way you're going to do it, is to break the clip. So you got to look in there and you see like those 4 lines, they actually pop up and off. So you just reach in there and you pop them up and back and just pull them off. You ain't going to break them. Okay, now you can go ahead and drop the tank another 1 inch or 2. So then as we drop the tank, you're going to have to watch the filler neck. It'll start hanging. So then on the driver's side, you need to locate the main fuel line and the electric plug right here. So you just want to drop the tank enough to give you as much room in here as possible, but not to stretch these, because you can freaking damage everything. Just be real careful. Okay, so the tank has dropped down about 4 inches. We can reach in here. They're still not in a bind. Now you have a quick disconnect up here, or the one over there by the sending unit. Check each one. If you can push one down, pull it over there or over here. This one's brittle right here. See how we push it and it doesn't do anything. So if we take this off, we're gonna have to break the clip. Let's try the one down there. Okay, so then push that way. See if you can push the button down, see the little clip moving, and then pull. Alright, so now if you have a plug like this, it's gonna have this weirdo red clip that's like a little lock. You gotta pull it out and then the plug will come apart. So try to push this and then see it come out, and then there you go. So see those little 4 lines that we popped off? Scan the tank, look for anything else, and we see that we have some kind of vent right here. So for some reason this little vent line was the hardest one to take off, and we broke the clip. So on this filler neck, it has a hose clamp. You can take that off so it can kind of move around a little bit and can make it easier. The filler neck is going to have one of these small lines attached to it. Just leave it alone. And then you have the vent from your rear differential with the little check valve on it like that. This is actually supposed to go up there by your filler neck inside the panels. So if you're doing a fuel pump, just pull the tank out like that, because if you want to pull the filler neck and everything out, there's another little line connected to those 4, and it's just really unnecessary unless you just have to have the tank out. But we're going to change the fuel pump right here. Alright, so the first thing I do is I clean this right here so no crap can drop in the tank. And now all you need is some kind of board or something hard. We're going to undo this lock ring. You got to move around, you can't just hit it in the same place. This thing will be full of gas. It's got a little sock on it and this little float. The sock pulls off. Dump the gas back in it. Ooh, messy. God dang it. So they don't make a Mopar pump anymore, so I had to get the Delphi. I got it for $133 on Rock Auto. Make sure the sock is attached. Good. Alright, so we're going to take the seal off. I hope we don't have to end up lubing it up. We're just going to put some gas and hopefully it'll drop right in. This is the back of the tank, and note how the sending unit is facing the back. I'm going to set it straight down. So then you look on the pump, it's got an arrow facing the front. Line it up with those two. You're going to kind of float it right over the center and then put it straight down. It's got springs and you got to squish it down into the hole. Point it forward, hover it right over the hole, come straight down, and then squish it down into the gasket. So now we put this on, and this can be super freaking difficult to thread on, so prepare yourself. Alright, so all that's back on there. Went ahead and painted the little screws black. Looks so much better now. So when you put a new fuel pump in there, you check the gas gauge. That's the first thing you do. And it should start right up just like it used to. And that's the first time the gas gauge has worked since I bought this Jeep back in August of 2019. Alright, well that's it for the video. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.